So despite their benefits, case studies do come with few limitations compared to other research methods. They are often at a disadvantage in terms of the following that we are going to study. First is replicability. So in most cases, scientists strive to create experiments that can be repeated by others. That way, other scientists can perform their own research and compare their results to those of the initial study. Assuming these other scientists achieve similar results, the replicability of the experiments lends credibility to the finding and theories of the original researchers. One limitation of case studies is that they are often difficult, if not impossible to replicate, although this fact does not diminish the value of case studies. It does demonstrate that case studies are not a good fit for every research problem, at least not on their own. Additional research would have to be performed to collaborate the results and prove and disapprove any generalized theories generated by a case study. Next is generalization, is in another area in which case study cannot match other research methods. It can help us challenge existing theories and form new ones, but its results cannot necessarily be generalized. The data that we gather from a case study is only valid for that specific subject, and we cannot assume that our conclusion apply to the broader population. Researchers or readers can attempt to apply the principles from a particular case to similar situation or incorporate the results into a more comprehensive theory. However, a case study by itself can only prove the existence of certain possibilities and exceptions, not a general rule. Next is reliability. A reliability of case studies may be called into questions for two reasons. The first objection centers on the fallibility of human memory and the question of whether subjects are being honest. Many case studies rely on subjects to self report biographical details, their state of mind, their thoughts and feelings, or their behaviors. The second issue could be called as Hawthorne effect, which refers to the tendency of individuals to modify their behavior when they know they are being observed. Now, this effect makes it nearly impossible for researchers to ensure that the observations and conclusion of their case studies are reliable. Next is research bias, is another potential issue with case studies. The results of a case study are by nature subjective and qualitative rather than objective and quantitative. And any other findings rely heavily on the observations and narrative provided by the researchers. Even the best researchers are still human, and no matter how hard they try to remain objective, they will not be able to keep their findings completely free of bias. Researchers may have biases they are not even aware of. A researcher may over identify with the subject and lose the benefit of dispassionate outside perspective. If researcher already has an opinion on the subject, they may subconsciously overlook or discount facts that contradict their pre-existing assumptions. Researcher bias can affect what the researcher observes and records, as well as how they interpret and apply their observations. Last limitation of the case study is efficiency. Case studies can be time consuming and also expensive to conduct. Crafting a thorough case study can be lengthy project due to intensive, detailed nature of this type of research. Plus, once the information has been gathered, it must be interpreted. Now, between the observation and analysis, a case study could take months or even years to complete. Researcher here will need to be heavily involved in every step of the process, putting in a lot of time, energy, focus, and effort to ensure the case study is as informative as possible to maintain the efficiency. But any of these factor fails in, the efficiency has going to be impacted badly, and hence the case study will be a failure.